Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, if you guys have been following me on Twitch, then you most likely have seen some of my recent streams where I have been displaying my frustration with video games. And it's been like this for a while. And the thing is this. I don't know what's going on within, the gaming industry, but it's confusing me when you put out, like, talking to the developers, you put out these games and it's either a frustrating game where it's too difficult, or it's a multiplayer based game where it's like, fam, you have to understand that not everybody wants to play multiplayer. They want to, my thing is this, all right? And that's how I had to say, like, the formula of Call of Duty, where they do put, like, some single player options within the game, but they do have, like, its multiplayer option. But that's the thing, though, with Call of Duty, that game is broken. So I can't sit down and play that game unless I'm playing one of the old ones, but I can't sit down and play that game and have fun. Because if I could just talk on that game real quick just by itself, it confuses me, right, that this company, Activision, they put out this game expecting me to play it, expecting me to make videos on it, expecting me to stream it, yet the game doesn't even start up. So how am I supposed to support this company when the game doesn't even start up? That makes no sense to me. Just start up. Like, no, bro, that's something where it's like, because if I can play any other game, I can list out numerous games that I have played on my PC with no problems. For an example, Car Mechanic Simulator, Warframe, Apex Point, that's a racing game or a car-based game. But anyways, what are some other games? Madden, FIFA. Let me think of some other games. I'm saying, like, the list goes on. So it really confuses me where I'm supposed to be playing this game, right? Talking on Call of Duty, yet the game doesn't even start up. But they make sure of it, that they done probably done spent my money by now. Now, how am I supposed to react to that as a supporter? How am I supposed to continue supporting this company if they're giving me broken video games? I'm not going to continue supporting that company. Why? Because it makes no sense to me. My money wasn't broken when I gave you my money. So why is a video game being given to me and it's broken? That's the thing that I don't understand, is that they'll charge you full price for a video game, which is going to probably run from like $59.99 to $69.99. They'll charge you full price for this video game, right? But they give you maybe like $10 worth of gameplay and then an extra 10 worth of content. It is a $20 video game. The reason why I say that is because they don't have no issue selling the older Call of Duty games for $20. So what makes the older Call of Duty games any different from the newer Call of Duty games? What's different between those games? Because I see it is that they're recycling the maps, they're recycling the weapons. The story mode is probably the only thing that changes every year with Call of Duty. But other than that, everything in the game remains the same. I am confused by that. That makes no sense to me, how it's like you'll charge $60 for $70 for this video game, and you can play Black Ops 3 and get more content within that game than you would in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That's how you know that company is just being lazy, where they can't even come up with no more titles. They're calling it Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And to me, that's just clickbait. That is honest clickbait. Because, of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original one that came out back in 2009, oh yeah, that was like top tier Call of Duty. That was probably the Call of Duty that got a lot of people into Call of Duty. I got more so into Black Ops, but I did go back and enjoy that environment of what Modern Warfare 2 was. So I did get to experience that. But when I compare that same experience to the new Modern Warfare 2, when just comparing them two games, there isn't no similar experience. I had the worst experience that I possibly had with one Call of Duty, and then with the other Call of Duty, the older one, I didn't even get to play that game for that long because the new one was out and the lobbies were slowly dying off. But the thing is this. I still had more fun playing an older Call of Duty game when there was a brand new one that was out at the time, Black Ops, talking on Black Ops 1. I had more fun playing the older one that was dying off than the newer one that's the only new one that's out right now. In the fact that I'll go back, play Call of Duty, and just to name off like some bad titled Call of Duties and things, because I feel that a lot of people always overly criticize these Call of Duties, and I'm like, I played more of that than I had to say I played Modern Warfare 2. The only reason why I had to say, it does show that I have more hours in I want to get on that. I want to get on that, the additional hours that I put into that game. But if I had to say the amount of hours I put into the other Call of Duty games compared to Modern Warfare 2, I had to say that I probably did put more hours into the older Call of Duty games versus Modern Warfare 2. Now, there was that sometimes where I'll play the game with friends, but that will be, I feel like that doesn't even count. Because, of course, when you play a game with a friend, it's going to be fun regardless. There have been some games I played where, I just don't have a good time playing it because it's just, to me, that game is boring. And I'll get to that game in a second, but still, I got beef with Call of Duty. But the fact that I have to play that game, I have to talk my friend into playing that game. No, bruh, no. Unless that friend is into that game, I shouldn't have to be out here talking my friends into downloading the game and playing it. So I don't even count those hours. But the hours that I put into Modern Warfare 2, it was even half of it probably was a game like me actually sitting down and playing the game, but the other half of it was me trying to figure out how to start the game back up. So to me, I'm like, that is the most scamming thing that I have ever seen from a video game, from a company altogether. Not just even a video game company, all companies. That's like if a restaurant were to give you a to-go box with claiming the food is in it and it's little breadcrumbs. Oh, but if you want to get the rest of the food, you're going to have to buy our food pass. And then as the time goes on, or no, the more food that you buy from us, then not even the more food, condiments. They're selling condiments, sodas, and all these other different things just so you can get the main food that's supposed to be in the box originally when I paid full price for it. Like, come on now. And my thing is this, versus how video games once was back then, you'll get a full using this food example, you'll get a full plate of food. If you want refills or if you want more, then you had to pay for a little bit more. And I will compare like the refills and all that stuff to like the DLCs. You don't get a whole lot, but you're getting something, okay? And that's where I'm like, that's where I feel that gaming was so satisfying, when you get all that you needed to get within the video game. Because my thing is this, talking on this battle pass stuff, the only reason why I feel like people are buying these battle passes is because they seen how successful Fortnite was with their battle passes. But that's the thing though, talking on Fortnite, and that's probably the only good game that I will be giving it some sort of credit, because that game, I feel that I don't have to put no money into that game. They have all of these different modes created by the community, but they have because the thing is this, that's what I feel like a lot of games should be doing, is where they have a modding system or something to, have it where the game continues going on. Because in my opinion, Fortnite will probably be the only game that I will have to say that's a game worth playing. It's free, all the other extra modes is free, but if you want to get some cosmetics for your character, you'll have to pay for that. But it confuses me where there's some games out there where it ain't even focused on the cosmetics anymore. They're just out here having random stuff in battle passes, and it's like, fam, I'm not trying to have it where if I want to enjoy myself playing this game, I have to buy a battle pass. That's not cool, bruh. That is not cool at all. And I'm like, bro. And then another game that I want to talk on that's also from Activision is Destiny. Now, when I played Destiny 1, that game had me locked in, all right? That was a game where it's like, no, they gave you a full plate of food and some. Because that game, on top of the story, they had the story, then they had the strike missions where you can keep continuously, in case if you get a weapon that you don't like, you could go back and play those missions on a harder difficulty and then get you a better weapon. Then they had PvP, and then they had the raid missions. So they gave you all of these different things, right, within this game. Then when you look at Destiny now, a lot of the stuff, you have to buy it. You have to buy the new seasons. You have to buy the new DLC. No, what's crazy, right? They so-called claim, oh yeah, this game is free to play. Oh yeah, and when my thing is this: if I were just now getting into gaming, right, and then I'm watching all these different videos on Destiny, talking on the latest one, Destiny 2. I watch all these, well, it ain't even the latest. That game is old. They should have came out with a Destiny 3 and not have it where it was on no free stuff. No. Okay, so I'm gonna talk on that. I'm gonna talk on that real quick. But actually, getting back to what I was originally saying. But my thing is this: they had all of this content within this game, right? And they made the game free and took all of the original content out. So guess who was out of money and out of a video game? This guy right here, the host behind this podcast, the TMossBoss show. TMossBoss, I'm out of money. I'm out of a video game. So my thing is this: why should I continue supporting that company if they're gonna take away the game that I paid for and then replace it with something else that I didn't pay for? And then they're all like, oh, well, if you want to play other missions, you're going to have to pay for that. Does that sound normal to people? Because I'm like, that's something that concerns me. My thing is this, right? Now, using food as an example, because I feel that, food is probably the closest thing that I can use as an example, but whatever. Anyways, so imagine if a plate was handed to you, right? You eat up all of this food, and you sitting there rubbing your stomach all like, oh man, this food is good. Oh, this is amazing. 10 out of 10 food, all right? All of a sudden, you got some person running at you full speed with 2 fingers sticking out of a balled up fist, right? 2 fingers, and they just run up to you, grab you by your throat, force you to throw up all of that food. Then when you're like, because if something like that were to happen in real life, I'm swinging on somebody. I'm like, no, we got to fight and I got to go to prison. That's how that story ends. But anyways, all right. But sorry for getting a little, nasty, I guess disgusting in this part of the example. But yeah, imagine somebody runs up, grabs you by your neck, forces you to throw up all of that food that you just ate, then look you in your face saying, if you want something else, you're gonna have to pay for it. No, you're gonna have to pay for a lawsuit, because that's what you're gonna be paying for. How dare you force me to throw up? But I'm saying, like, that's how I look at that. That's how I look at it, where it's like, you had me pay for something, right? And then you took it away. And then you so-called, no. They so-called, so using that food example, so they give me the plate, and I'm like, fam, where's the food at? Oh, you gotta pay for the food separately. But the plate's free. You can take the plate, but if you want bacon, eggs, some ham, some other stuff, whatever, a bowl of cereal, glass of milk, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay for all of that. That's how that sounds. So my thing is this: talking to the Activision developers, how would that make you feel if you just went to, because these guys eat, right? Of course they eat. Everybody eats. My thing is this: imagine you go out to a restaurant or you go to the store, you buy, or no, they're saying this food is free. You get up there and it's just the package that the food comes in. But if you want to buy the food inside, or so it's pretty much like a whole thing of bread, right? But all they give you is the butt ends of the bread. So they're like, oh, well, if you want all the other extra slices, yeah, then you'll have to buy our season pass, or you'll have to buy each individual bread separately, full price. Not at the price that it should be. Because my thing is this: if I'm paying I don't know how much a mission would cost to make in a video game, or how much a mission, like if let's say if they were to just come out with a video game with one mission, that would be dumb. But I don't know how much a mission would cost separate or just by itself. But my thing is this: it trips me out how I see it, where I'm out here paying $60 for a mission, or for a few missions. My thing is this: would you want to pay, like, let's say if bread was $60, right? Would you want to pay $60 just for a few pieces of bread? Or no, $50, however much their DLCs cost. And then if you want to get this bread at a discounted price, you're gonna have to wait for like a special sale or something, like a summer sale, or a Black Friday sale, or a Christmas sale. That's when you'll be able to get a full actual discount when you see the actual prices for those video games. Because I don't see it as like it's not it no the prices that they be putting out for these battle passes and video games, that no, there. And what trips me out is that there's games that I've played where there's the one game that I played called Spaceborne. That game was $20, but they give you all of these missions. They have you travel to all these different places. What other things do they do? Oh, you get all of these different weapons. And what's crazy, right, is that it's only one person developing that game. And my thing is this: you mean to tell me one person developing a game is better than 100 to thousands of people that's developing a big title game? You would think with all that work that they're putting in within, or just all those people, you would think that, okay, if you look at who would you trust when it comes to developing a video game? One person that you don't know, and you don't know where they came from when it comes to gaming and stuff. You don't know what company, they just know it's just them by themselves. Or are you going to trust the high-end company that back then, oh yeah, they were making dope games left and right? And then it's but you're unaware of what games they're wanting to sell you. Of course, you're going to look at the most popular game because, oh, it comes from a popular developer, so I got to go check out the more popular game. That's something that I'm going to, definitely push out more, is that support these indie developers. There's some of these indie developers where they know what they're doing. They know what they're getting themselves into, and they know that they want to make a good game, especially in this day and age. It's crazy how, I felt that back then, indie games were indie games wasn't really all that fun. It was a lot of the indie games back then were mobile games pretty much. There were some indie games that were okay, and that's just pretty much, it's an exact opposite of what's going on today. How there are some big title games that are okay-ish, but then the majority of them wasn't really all that good. Or you can find a bigger game that's just like it. And now it's crazy how it's like that with the indie games, where there might be very few games that are bad in the indie section, but there's a lot of good. Because the thing is this: I feel that these indie developers, they're looking at it as well, I gotta showcase what I'm capable of. I gotta come out with something good. So I might not be working for Activision, I might not be working for EA, I might not be working for 2K, but I promise you, I'm coming out with a good game. And it trips me out how it's like that. It trips me out. I'm bro, I'm saying, and it's funny how when an indie game blows up, oh, it blows up. I'm saying look at there was that one game. It was Battle Bit Remastered or something like that. Let me look this that game up real quick. Battle Bit Remastered. I think that was the name of that game. Yeah, that's the name of the game. But this game, I was I've been meaning to buy it because I was I've been wanting to check it out and see what it's all about and things, and overall seeing if it's good or not. Very positive ratings now. And you mean to tell me that that this game, a game that don't nobody like the developers, when you look at their experience with games versus a high-end developer's experience, of course, like I said, you're going to trust the more popular game. How is it that this game, Battle Bit Remastered, has better ratings than the last Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? And I felt that there's more resources and people behind Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 than there is Battle Bit Remastered. I don't even know how many people. I wonder how many people developed that game. If they do, how many people developed Battle Bit Remastered? 3. There was a team of 3 indie developers, and then they name off Sergeant Okie Dokie, Veluskis, and the Liquid Horse. And to me, that's just crazy how there's 3 people that developed this game. How many people developed MW2 2022? How many studios made? Okay, so studios. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a 2022 first-person shooter game developed by Infinity Ward. What is that? How many studios worked on? Call of Duty published development for both games is led by Infinity Ward and additional development support providing alphabetical order. Activision Central Design, Activision QA, Activision Shanghai, Beanox, Demonware, High Moon Studios, Raven, and it's like they're so yeah they got so there's a complete answer. Let me look that up. So for water and physics, so the thing is this: they have a whole page that's going through the development, yet the game don't work. I feel like that they're missing that point. I'm not trying to see a page of how many people are developing the game. I'm trying to play a fully developed game. Why would you think that people will rather sit down and read that versus actually playing the game? I don't get that. But no, let's just besides food, let's just use some other things as an example. Imagine buying a book, paying full price for a book. There's this one book that I just recently bought. Let me see how much this book costs. $18. So I bought this book that was $18, right? Imagine going and you buy a $18 book. You open a book up, no pages. None whatsoever. And then, no. At the very end of the book, there's like, oh, if you want to buy each individual page, and how many pages are in this book? It is 339 pages. Now, imagine if whoever this person's name is Rhonda Bryce. Imagine if Rhonda Bryce, she told you, oh, if you want to buy each individual page, you're either gonna have to buy my the highest tier for the season pass, and that's gonna run up to however much. So they have it where it's like there's the full price, and then you gotta pay that battle pass price. And sometimes with battle pass, let's see how much the full battle pass would cost in MW2. How much is the full battle pass in MW2? The battle pass costs 1,100 COD points and comes with over 100 different earnable rewards that players can unlock using battle token tier skips. So there's like $9.99, and that's the thing where it's like, you mean to tell me I have to? It just, man. Then just have it where it's a DLC rather than having it where it's this stupid battle pass where it's like I'm forced to sit down. Because no, that's the thing. What people don't understand about a battle pass is that it expires at some point in time. So my thing is this: if you're like the average gamer, you're not just gonna be playing one game, all right? If you're somebody like me, where I grew up with every console that I've ever had, I would have to say that I had at least over 100 video games for them, all right? Or at least close to 100. But I had over 100 video games on the PlayStation 2. I had over 100 video games on the PlayStation 3. I had over 100 video games on the PlayStation just throughout the time that I had bought games and stuff. And then most likely with the PlayStation 5, it's going to be the same thing. Same with the Xbox 360. Same with the Xbox One. And most likely it's going to be the same thing with my Xbox Series X. Probably going to be the same for my Nintendo Switch, PSP, Game Boy, all the other things I've had. I've had hundreds upon hundreds of video games. Now, if I had to sit down and play each and individual game one by one and beat them on top of that, how long do you think that would take me? That's going to take me a while. When you sit down and you do that math, and let's just see Grand Theft Auto for play time. How long is Grand Theft Auto? Focus on the Grand Theft Auto 4 is about 27.5 hours in length. Alright, so that's not even doing all the other extra stuff. And then there's like, you're likely to spend around 75 hours to obtain 100% completion. That's just one game. That's not including, that's just one game in 75 hours. So 24, 48, 72. I think that's proper. Yeah, no, that's proper math. So 3 days and some hours to just beat one game. Now, how am my thing is this. Of course, you're going to be a little bit older. All right, so Grand Theft Auto 4, that came out in 2008. 2008, I think I was Uh, no, I think I just turned 12. I think 12 or either no. I was 2008. I was 11 years old. I think when Grand Theft Auto 4 had came out, I was 11. Yeah, I was 11 years old because it was the sixth grade, and I remember it was a friend of mine's came over to spend the night. Yeah, okay, so I remember I was 11 years old. Now, with all of the games that I've had throughout my lifetime, I'm 27 years old right now. Do you think, okay, let's sit down and do this math, all right? I'm that parent standing over your shoulder looking for the answers. And I know you don't have the answers. So that's why I'm going to start getting loud, all right? So if TMossBoss is 11 years old and he has to play how many video games? Freaking, I don't even know, bro. I'm like probably close to 1,000, but that's not up. Okay, so yeah, let's just say 1,000 video games. If TMossBoss is 11 years old and he has 1,000 video games, how many hours is he going to put in each individual game to get 100% completion? And is he going to be 27 years old when he completes all of these video games? All right, and now I'm like, what's the answer to that, young one? And then you start crying because you don't know the answer. Now I'm getting loud, like, answer the question. Use your fingers, okay? Add it up. You only got 10 fingers, bro. You only got 10 fingers. You're trying to add hours, days, months, years, my age. You're trying to add up all of these things together. Do you honestly? And my thing is this. That's the point that I'm trying to make. If I'm playing all of these different games, right, at the same time, I'm playing Call of Duty and the time throughout this battle pass is out, why do you think I'm going to be sitting down when I got all of these other games that's coming out throughout the year, coming out throughout throughout the duration? So yeah, let's say like 5 games come out throughout the duration of the battle pass, right? Now my thing is this. If I so happen to like all 5 of these games and I'm sitting down and I'm playing each individual one, and then there might be that one that really captures my attention more than Call of Duty, my thing is this. Okay, I put some time into that game and I got to get 100% completion in that game. Now I got to get 100% completion in this game. Oh, this is a game where it's like a Destiny style game. So now I'm grinding, like if it's like something like Warframe and Destiny, where I'm having to grind all these different hours, days, months, all this time to just get one thing in this game, right? And I like the fact that Warframe, it does that, where it's like you don't have to buy stuff in that game, but they give you that option. But at the same time, they don't have no battle. I don't think they have any battle passes, but they have it where if you want to unlock a character, they give you the blueprints. You have to travel throughout the game and you unlock the character like that. Excuse me. Versus Call of Duty, they're giving you a ticking bomb, right? They're telling you you only have this amount of time to unlock whoever it is or whatever it is that you want to unlock. So get the plan. And the thing is this, I feel like that this is just something that they do to brag about. They're not doing this because they overall want people to enjoy their game. No, they're doing this because there's probably some higher ups, whoever, where they're like, oh, well, they see all these people that's playing our game, see all these different, hours people are putting into our game and stuff. And my thing is this, there's people all across the world where their game doesn't work. So half of those, most likely there's probably half of those hours that doesn't even count. You're just putting in more hours for a person, making it seem like I'm playing your game when I'm not. I'm not playing your guys' game. So my thing is this. If you so-called claim I'm playing your game, what have I been playing? And just talking on this last Call of Duty, co-op has crashed on me. Multiplayer barely even works. DMZ, it's like the thing is this, DMZ should have had a single player mode. Everybody is playing Warzone. I'm not a Warzone fan, so therefore, why am I being forced to play that? I'm saying, like, bruh, that type of stuff, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it makes no sense to me, bro. It doesn't. I'm saying, like, that's some stuff where it's like, no, Activision, if it ever comes to a point in time when that company shuts down, they have to understand it was their fault on why they shut down. but you cannot blame the fans. You cannot blame the fans. And I really do hope that fans do not buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 towards the end of the year. Because I'm like, no, they do not deserve anybody else's money. And I know that there's going to be people out there that continue on buying the Call of Duty games and continue on buying the battle passes and all that stuff. And you know what? To them, they want to waste their money. That's on them. But I know there has to be at least one person that's hearing me out, right? And they're like, you know what? I ain't gonna buy Call of Duty. Nope, ain't fooling with it. Not this year. No, I am not. And to that person, you're doing a good thing. All right, you're saving your money. My thing is this: go out and buy full products. That's what I encourage people to do with their money. Save your money. All right, do not buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Go out and buy full products. Right. No, but and just again, some more examples. Imagine you buy a plane ticket. You live in California and you buy a plane ticket to go to New York City, right? All that plane does is they get to that level where they're high off up in the sky beyond the clouds. Now they handing you a parachute talking about, or no, they're like, if you want to continue the rest of this flight, they charge you full price for the ticket, however much the ticket costs. Let's say it costs like $800 to go out there, right? So you're paying for that, and now you got to pay for additional things. And so this is who I more so blame for that. You know, now to switch to another line of video games, the sport games, primarily EA's Madden, FIFA, and NBA 2K. Now, in my opinion, EA, I would have to say that they don't really focus too much on you having to make your character better. You just got to play. You just got to know how to play the game and play the game. That's how you make your character better. So that's the one thing that I can say that I appreciate from EA's Madden and EA's, well, now they're calling it FCA because I think FIFA just dropped ties, or I don't know what that situation is. But anyways, I have to say I appreciate that more than NBA 2K and what they got going on. If you want your character to be better, pretty much you have to buy these perks for your character to make him play better. And then on top of that, on top of buying that, then you have to grind to get these badges that exist in the game. And I'm thinking to myself, why not just have it where, because no, there's another basketball game that EA more so had made. It's a game called NBA Live 19. Fam, I remember I had played that game. I think I scored like 70 something points, bro. And that's the thing that I like about that game is that it doesn't matter about the thing is this: if you done made it into the NBA, and based off of how a 2K player plays, right? Like, let's say you just got into 2K and you barely know anything about this game, right? So you go out, you buy this game, you're just brand new to the NBA 2K. Now, when you see how that player be playing, do you think they're gonna be getting offers from these higher ups and stuff in the NBA saying, oh, sign to the Golden State Warriors, sign to the Los Angeles Lakers, sign to the Brooklyn Nets, freaking, what are some other, the Mavericks, Dallas Mavericks, yeah, sign with us. No, you're going to be playing freaking in no league. The way that my player be playing, bro, there's at times where I'm like, how do you mess that up? And I have to say, that's like the one thing about those games is that they're way too mechanical. Like, and the thing is this, the thing is that they're trying to make it as realistic as possible, but it just comes off as a bunch of robots. Like, if they ever do that, if they ever hold like a sport or a TV show, movie, whatever, where there's like people make these, well, I know there's like that one show where it's like the robots, but it'd be like little cars or something. No, but have it where it's like them freaking because didn't they have something like that where it was like a robot that was shooting basketballs and stuff? So no, if they had just had like a bunch of those robots out on the court, right, playing basketball, how do you think that's gonna look? There's gonna be a lot of them like staying in certain areas, just being weird and stuff. And that's what I see myself playing NBA 2K, EA, Madden, or FIFA. I'm like, fam, I think I'm watching a bunch of, like, if they had like a sports part of that movie, iRobots, where the robots was playing basketball, I feel that it would look no different than a bunch of players, quote unquote, like, yeah, Shaq, Michael Jordan, and all the other players in freaking NBA 2K, where it's like they have them all looking the same. Ain't nothing different or unique about them. They just all look the same. And yes, of course, my thing is this. Of course, they're gonna have it where they're all the same, because it's like, yeah, they can't have it where you bring in Shaq and have it where he's playing like how it was in his his prime years and stuff. So they gotta get the next best thing, or I guess I don't know if they do that where it's like they use some animation to capture like his games when he was playing back in the day. I don't know how that stuff worked, but my thing is this. They need to have it where these games stop being too realistic, because it makes no sense to me where when I think of video games, I think of how unrealistic video games are. When I play Warframe, my character, and I feel that if they were to use that same logic in NBA 2K in all video games, bro, I probably would have died a lot more times in Warframe. I probably would have freaking crashed my car a bunch of different times in Grid Legends. I probably would have some other games out there. Probably would have set my house on fire numerous times in The Sims. I'm saying, and that's the thing that I like about those games, is that they give it that realistic. They more so focus on the game looking realistic rather than feeling realistic. Because my thing is this. If I want to get that feel of playing basketball, I will go to Walmart, buy a basketball for $5, come back to a basketball hoop, and play basketball. Rather than, let me pay $60, $70 for a video game to play basketball. That makes no sense. Why would anybody do that? That's what I'm saying. They need to, and when you see a lot of the different people that used to play NBA 2K, you don't really see them playing it now. Hold on for a second, because the one guy I remember, I used to watch him a lot when he played NBA 2K. Hold on for a second. Why is it? I swear, man, it's like I feel that like my computer knows when I'm trying to do something, and then it's like, let's just start being slow for no reason. So there was like last time Cash Nasty, and that's somebody that I watched a lot when it came to NBA 2K and stuff. Last time he played this game was back 10 months ago. So let me see if and yeah, all he just does now is just he reacts to videos and things. So my thing, and it's funny how people, they get on me about reacting to videos. I'm like, you have it where people once wasn't reacting to videos and now they find joy in entertainment, because I'm like, I don't have to worry about wasting my money on reacting to no videos, but I do worry about buying a video game full price. And my thing is this. I remember when NBA 2K at one point, they had it where the game was on sale for $2. So what does that say? My thing is this. Is your game a $60, $70 video game or a $2 video game? Because that to me was the craziest sale I have ever seen in my whole life when it came to video games. That was the craziest sale that I've ever seen. I've never seen maybe an indie game or a game that's a lot smaller, but I've never seen such a big title like that be $2. Hold on for a second, I got a text, but I'm gonna try to like respond to this text and continue on with this podcast episode. But no, that's crazy to me, where it's like, how does a game cost, you go from being $60, $70 to hold on for a second. Now I tried, but I'm like, I gotta respond like separately. No, that's okay. Okay, send. All right, we good. So, anyways, but seriously, how does a game go from being one price to that low of a price? That's crazy. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, that's something where it's like you either have it where it's a $2, or me in the middle, have it where it's a $20 video game, have it where it's in the double digits, but have it where it's at the very low end of the double digits. But when you go all the way, eventually, I'm telling you, what's gonna be crazy is that video games are gonna start costing like video games, when they are like, oh yeah, this is the special edition where you get to play as, and that's the thing is like, they'll say you get to play as like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, a high tier LeBron James, freaking all these players and stuff, but it's only good for that 1 year. And my thing is this. I'm not trying to play as Michael Jordan just for 1 year. No, I'm expecting this stuff. Because imagine if they had it set up where you have a computer, right? you have a computer and you got all of these important documents on this computer. These are like life-saving, money-making. These are the documents that is going to just solve all the problems in the world, but that computer is getting old and a new computer done came out. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go out and buy the newest computer. But guess what? They done hit you with some stuff talking about, oh, well, you're gonna have to start all over. You gonna have to start all from scratch. You can't copy this stuff over. You can't do nothing. You gonna have to start from scratch on all of these life-saving, money-making things that you had on this computer. You're gonna have to start all over again. How do you think that's gonna make a lot of people feel? Obviously, they're gonna probably most likely stick with the original computer, and that's where it's like, if I'm playing NBA 2K and I unlocked all these characters, why would I want to play a new one, especially if it's just gonna be the same game? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, you know, with these, with NBA 2K, I'm like, that's a game where I'm like, no, it definitely shouldn't be no $60, $70 game. And they're all like, and then what's the dumb part about it is that they make it where it's like $60, $70 ain't no different than the last gen one, which is what they still come out with. And that's the thing is, no, and what's crazy is that I remember with some games they were having it where it was $69.99 because they were like, oh, well, it comes with an Xbox One version. And I'm like, I don't want the Xbox One version. I just want the Xbox Series X version. That's what I have. Why would I play on the Xbox One if I have an Xbox Series X and it plays the same games? I can play an Xbox One game on there. I can play an Xbox Series X game on the Xbox Series X. Why would I want an Xbox One? If the thing is this, I get if there's not an Xbox Series X version, then yeah, they play the Xbox One version. But if there's an Xbox Series X version, I don't want the Xbox One version. So therefore, a game should not be. And what's crazy is that there's games out there where they were given away. There's some games where they charged you for upgrading it from the Xbox. No, it was more so on PlayStation. I remember. No, Xbox had it too, because Grand Theft Auto did that old dumb stuff where they was like, oh, if you want to get the next gen version, you're gonna have to pay $20 for it. Rockstar Games, that's another game or company where I'm like, I don't even know how you guys are still in business, where the only thing that you do is, no, you don't do nothing. That's the thing. They don't do nothing. It's the community that's making these games better. So if anything, you know what? I feel that there's still more to talk on, but I'm going to leave it off on this. If you want your game to be better, let the community do something to it, okay? Because when it comes to some developers, so I'm saying Call of Duty, have a community option where we come up with the modes, we come up with the games, we come up with all the stuff that we've been asking for the longest, but you guys just ignore us and you just put whatever y'all want to put in your guys' game. So what these companies need to do is listen more to the community. If you listen to because my thing is this, if I'm coming out with a video game and people are paying money for it, obviously I'm going to put out the best thing that I possibly can put out. I don't want it to where people are buying my game and the game is not good. So that's why I'm like, no, I'm putting out the best possible game that I can put out, all right? I do not want people to be scammed out of a game. And the thing is this, if I can't come up with no more stuff, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to add supported mods. So if a person wants to add whatever they want to add, bam, you very well can do that. If there's, because like, let's say if I were to come out with a game like Fortnite, for an example, right? I come out with this PvP based game and I'm like, well, dang, man, what else can I possibly? It seems like, I did everything. Well, you know what? I'm going to let the community decide. What do you want to see in this game? They leaving out a bunch of different, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm overwhelmed. I'm just going to put a creative mode in the game and I'm going to let you guys do what you want to do. That's why, in my opinion, out of all the games that have came out in the recent years, Fortnite, in my opinion, is the more successful game, all right? Because with all these other games, they don't listen to the community. They don't. And I'm like, and the thing is this, with Fortnite, they're probably like, well, we knew the developers behind them, they probably knew that it would be too much to listen to all those people. So they're like, well, let's just come out with something where, people do whatever they want to do. So that's why I'm like, you know what? My thing is this. If you want your game to be successful, have it where the community works on it. Because if your companies like Activision, EA, 2K, all these other developers where they don't listen to their community, Yeah, in my opinion, I'm like your game's not gonna be successful, and so I'm like I don't know what else to really say besides that, but yeah, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. And if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.